Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today's video, we're going to talk about one aspect of a factory crankshaft that you may not be aware of. It's a problem that goes back to 2007 and unfortunately still exists today. Now, this issue can lead to several expensive things that would need repair. It can cause your automatic primary chain tensioner to ratchet up too tight, premature wear on the shoe. It can also cause failure of your main drive gear bearing, failure of the bearing on your crankshaft in the engine case. It can make it difficult to find neutral, create hard shifts, failure of your compensating sprocket, several different things. So let's take a look and see what that is. I was making a tool for the shop, and I thought this was a great opportunity to actually demonstrate what we've talked about with this problem on the crankshafts. And many of you that have talked to us about this issue, you've heard me refer to the splines and how the splines are machined relative to the geometric center line of the crank, and also how the splines are machined relative to where the bearing in the case actually rides, which is right here. Now this looks strange. What I'm actually doing is making a tool here to set up Timken bearings. So we've got so many cases going together. I needed a couple of extra tools in order to set up Timken bearings for the cases, to set the end play for the crank, of course. Now, one way you can do that is to get a dummy shaft off of, an Evo or older, and then weld it to a base plate so that you can then secure it to a vise. Well, we had so many bad sprocket shaft side, which is the primary side of your crankshaft. So many bad sprocket shafts halves laying around and bad cranks laying around, I just decided to split a crank in half. And what we have here is a factory sprocket shaft, and this was the other half of your crankshaft. And of course, I've just cut this off and then milled down a little pocket right here, so then I can put this in a vise and set up Timken bearings. Now, the way that you have to do that, of course, this is a Timken bearing here. This is normally a press fit onto the shaft. So what I have to do is now I'll put this in the lathe and take a couple of thousandths off of this area right here so that the bearing will be a slip fit onto the shaft. It just makes it real easy to set up the Timken bearings. So now let's go put this in the lathe, and I'm going to take and set the jaws here on the teeth. And then we're going to put a dial indicator on this bearing surface, and you'll be able to see just how off-center this bearing surface is machined from the factory relative to the splines. Okay, so you can see we've got the splines chalked up in the lathe here, and then I've got a dial indicator. This is a half thousandths indicator sitting where our bearing surface is for our main case bearing right there. Now let's spin this over and see how far off-center we are. So on the high side, we go to 8 thousandths, and then we're 1 thousandth. Let's spin this around in the vise and just see what happens. And we'll just pick a random location.
So let's see what's coming from the already schematic order that we have not received yet.
We're still at about 8 thousandths. So let's think about that for a second. You have your crankcase bearing here. You have your compensator here with a chain that goes back to your clutch basket. All of those circles should be concentric to each other, but instead what we have is splines that are machined off-center from the center line of the crankshaft and the bearing surface. That's where a lot of the vibration comes from and a lot of the other issues that we're talking about. Now, this is even more critically important when you're doing a tapered Timken bearing in the case, where the crankshaft can't float quite as much as what it can with your stock roller bearing. So this measurement becomes even more critical on a Timken bearing case. That's why when often you call and get a quote from us on remanning a crankshaft, that there's a range of price, because we don't know how bad this will be. Now in this particular case, it was about 8 thousandths, and I can turn it several different ways and I'm still going to get the 8 thousandths. I've seen it as high as 20 thousandths, and that typically is on the bikes that have sumping issues and or excessive vibration and excessive noise. So anywhere we can cut harmonic vibration in an engine, the engine's just going to last longer. The rings will seal better, the bearings will last longer, and plus it's quieter and a lot more pleasant to ride. So that covers that. Now, we've got some awesome video content coming, by the way. We've got a Tool Tech Tuesday with gems Then we're going to be talking about our new Skunk Series lifters, the fit kits, how to adjust push rods, explain how lifters work, why they're so important, analyze where the oil tracks through the case, and all that type of stuff. It's going to be a really informative video. It's probably going to run about a half an hour or so. The next video, we're going to talk about winterizing bikes, and we're going to do it with Klotz chemicals. I've been using Klotz fuel treatments and anti-phase separation additives and all that type of stuff for many, many years, and it's fantastic products. So I'm actually going to demonstrate to you scientifically and let you see what phase separation is, and then show you that the Klotz stuff is not just snake oil. It actually works, and you'll get to see it. And so I think you might enjoy that. And of course, we got a bunch of other video content coming. We're going to do the GEMS Force Flow fan, and then we're also going to test the new Czech M8 from Trask. Talk to the guys at Trask. They're going to send us one of those over. We're going to do a bunch of testing, and then we're going to do an entire video, the definitive guide to crankcase breathing, and how to, the different products that are out there, do some testing, features, benefits, and all that type of stuff for the M8. So I'm sure you guys will enjoy that. But once again, thank you very much for watching. You guys take care of yourselves and each other. Have a good one.